You're going to be part of a lot of people's nightmares, Eddie.
Oh dear.
They took the sweetest man in Scottish comedy and they gave him weapons and a mask, and you are doing things to people that I don't think should be done.
I wouldn't encourage it, no. Yes.
So we should probably say, so you're playing Piglet. It's out now, so we can't say it.
It is. It's officially had an American release. Yeah. So
you're playing Piglet in Winnie the Pooh 2 Blood and Honey.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how does that come out? Like, how? What?
It has been the most surreal time, because it's all been nuts. To begin with, when did I hear about it? So it was, I think.
Before you even get into this, does Piglet sing at any moment in this film?
There is no singing Piglet in this one.
Okay, just check it. I don't want to spoil anything.
The suggestion of a musical has been suggested. So,
it has been. Okay.
Buffy style musical.
Where film. You like the whole time, like, guys.
So you never know. We'll see.
But murder.
They want to make like 1,000 of them. So at some point there might be a musical version.
Again, we don't want to fucking ruin anything. But they announced that there's going to be a whole lineup. And there's going to be an Avengers style reunion.
There's going to be Winnie the Pooh 3, and there's a Peter Pan one being made.
Yeah, there's a Bambi one.
Pinocchio, Cinderella. It's going to be nuts. They basically want to make...
I'm pretty sure I saw this. This was online, so I'm not like rude or anything. But there was going to be like a whole Monsters Ball.
Well, that's it. The Poohniverse coming together.
The Poohniverse.
That's what they've called it. It's a beautiful name. But the whole thing has been ludicrous. So obviously the first one came out last year and was just this massive cult hit. It didn't have a cinema release originally. It was out on Amazon Prime, and then Mexico, for some reason, is just nuts for like cult low budget horror. They love it. So Mexico put on a premiere. They got in touch with the company and were like, we want to screen this. And so they set up a premiere. They built parts of the set. They had people in costume, and it was this huge thing. And they went, oh, okay. So then they got a few in Britain. They got a few in America. They built. And it went from being like a 50K low budget film to making £5 million in the box office and DVD sales. Which is just utterly insane.
This is where it gets very interesting and really good for you, because they go, we're gonna make a sequel. We already know we have a cult thing. People are into it. We're gonna up the ante. We're gonna bring the band together, and you're stepping into something where it's like, you never know 100%, but it was looking like it was gonna be. So if they don't fuck it up, it was gonna fucking smash. Man,
the fan base is wild. They're so passionate, and it's big old boots to fill. But basically, so they must have been back in June, I think, last year, and my agent texted me and was like, I've sent you an email about a job. Go and check it out, see what you think. And normally that means I've got a self-tape to do, and it's some nonsense where I've got to throw popcorn at myself in a car ad or something ridiculous.
Santa Claus is coming around.
So and I'm like, okay, cool, let's check it out. And the subject line was Blood and Honey 2, and I went, the Winnie the Pooh film? Oh, maybe there's an audition for that. And I read the email, and it said, Dear Victoria, such and such. If Eddie is still interested, we'd love to cast him in the role of Piglet.
So it wasn't even an audition?
And there was no audition. I didn't know that I was interested. I became very interested. So she had basically seen the casting call. and they just submitted me.
And as an agent was, Eddie's very interested. They're
She
like,
went, there we go, Eddie, that'll do, Pigman. And I was like, thanks. And then for whatever reason, they looked at all the weirdos.
Psychotic Pigman.
Psychotic Pigman. They looked at all the freaks and weirdos that had submitted for it, and they went, Eddie McKenzie, that'll do. And I'm like, what? And so I didn't audition. I didn't talk to any of them, apart from via email.
Where you go method for this one, where?
And then I turn up on the day to like do the first scenes, and they were like, yeah, it was your energy, man. You just had this like, I don't know. And I'm like, what? Because my show reel is pretty normal. It's from like, there's like a film noir detective thing, and then there's like a character that I did, and it's pretty normal.
You put your TV things on there?
No, because they're not technically like acting.
Yeah, but, you've been on the telly.
Yeah,
I would personally. I would put something of it.
What I need to do is make like a TV reel, which is like a personality reel type.
Yeah.
But yeah, my acting show reel was pretty normal, I thought. But they were like, you just had this energy. You had this like, ooh, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, man. And yeah, so when I turn up, we do Piglet. The whole process is just amazing. It's definitely the biggest thing I've ever been a part of. Suddenly, this like, still low budget, but like it's like cinema, and it's like big cameras and like smoke machines and all the setup, and I'm like, oh my god. And so we do all that. It's quick. It's like a month altogether. The whole shoot, very speedy. And then we sort of wait for a while, and they were like, so they were talking about a January release,
right?
And then it became a February release, and then finally March they had the London premiere, which was a beautiful evening. Oh my god! I got interviewed by IGN.
Okay, wow. Okay.
What? I really want to see it. The interview hasn't come out yet, but it was really good fun because we just talked about like games and stuff, and it was excellent. And then there was like a photographer, and there was all the red carpet stuff, and we watched the film, and we were like, it was so cool. And then it's had a run in America. It's had three nights in America. I believe it's going to Mexico next, and then Australia, and then Japan's getting it. It's getting dubbed into Japan.
Japan's getting Eddie McKenzie. I can't go into this because obviously that would count as a spoiler. But you've got the mask on for the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Well, it's an incredible piece because it's silicone and it's multiple parts, so it's not like one big mask. It is molded on my face, so it is like it's me but not.
Right.
Like, so they've basically got it. There is a master plaster cast of Eddie McKenzie's head.
A master plaster.
A master plaster cast of Eddie McKenzie.
Here comes the music out again.
In a workshop outside Leeds, there is my head just chilling, and so they could recreate anything off it. Really, it's quite scary.
Yeah, they're good.
They could do anything, but then they basically molded. And it's like silicone and latex, I think. And so there were multiple parts. So there's a back bit, which was kind of like Batman's cowl.
Yeah.
So that went over the ear, and that was the ears. And then all of these bits were all individual. So it took about an hour and a half
to put it on.
So
that's every morning.
There. And that's every time. So I would get the costume on, and then we'd go to makeup, and I would sit there for an hour and a half, and it was really relaxing. Like, I really enjoy just sitting about doing nothing, especially having like, little like cold and wet and weird sensations on the face.
Yeah.
Getting the cast done was like one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was like a spa day because I turn up and they do the nose first, so they have like your nostrils are open, and then they let that set, and then they're like, right, close your eyes, close your mouth. We'll see you in an hour. And then they just cover you in this, like, I don't know what it is. It's not plaster. this was like the initial like rubber, maybe, so it's like a
Yeah.
rubber thing, and they just cover you in it, and it's like sticky, and it's just, and they're molding it into your head, and they're getting, this is like, so it's like a sticky mold, and it's everywhere, and I was just sat there, and there are photos of it. It's so weird. I look like the Baron from Dune, you know.
Ooh, yeah.
Where it's just like clay, and I'm just sat there, and I'm like, so relaxing. And they would like tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "Good," because you couldn't talk, you couldn't hear.
Oh my god!
Couldn't
So
see.
Yeah, okay. So
It was
literally.
what do they call that? The sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would do this every week if I could. And it was just so chill. And all you're doing is just breathing through your nose. You can't
Do you
talk.
listen to music? Do you do like?
Well, you can't hear because it's covered. So
Aye.
I was literally just thoughts, and occasionally it would be like, "Are you still alive?" And they just tap it away, and then they eventually it sets, and they like rip it off you, and then they make the plaster cast, and it's just, the whole process was insane. The people behind it, lovely people.